This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
Are you raising safe kids or strong kids? Hello, I'm Pastor Bob McCabe from Wadsworth Church, Nazarene. Again, I'm with Aaron McVeigh, and I'm giving my pastoral perspective, and Aaron is giving his believer perspective. And today we're talking about parenting. We're both fathers, but before we get started, we just want to say this: that we're not here to tell you how to raise your kids. We're just giving our thoughts on how we've raised our kids, and
we'll give our stories.
And nobody parents the same, and so we're just going to navigate what that looks like. And so Aaron's 44, I'm 46. How long you been married?
13 years.
13 years. I've been married 25, and so I got a couple more kids than he's got. He's got 3 kids. I got 4. But I have 2 older ones. One's 21, 18, and then 11 and 9. And so my second group of kids is the age of your 3. Mm-hmm. So we got different perspectives right now on being a parent because we're in the same boat, but we're also just a little bit different because of age of my older kids. But I can say this. I'm proud of my kids. My older kids are, my 21-year-old is in Idaho right now in college. My 18-year-old is getting ready to graduate high school. But I was 24 years old when we had Ethan.
You were a kid yourself.
I mean, just young,
Right.
And man, And so raising kids, for me, raising kids was me and Christy were just naturally saying we want to create independent kids. We want to make it where they grow up and they can handle life. Mm-hmm. And we're there for them. We're going to do whatever, we're there for them no matter what. But like we want to be able to let them walk out the door and they can make it. And so to do that, we've had to push them to experience life early as possible. Go spend a weekend with your grandma and grandpa, away from us. You know?
Give them some independence. Give them a sense of that.
And you don't always got to be with mom and dad. But you don't know if that's going to work or not, right? You're a 24-year-old kid, right? Because basically, both me and Christy have really great parents, so that helps. Everybody's. Mm-hmm. I don't know how your parents were, but everybody's parents' situation. So like, you have to make the decision: am I going to lean into how I was raised, or am I not? Do I got to try something new because of how I was raised?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My parents and my wife's parents, Christian households, so very fortunate. Stayed married, so definitely looking at that as a blueprint for how we'd want to raise our kids.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the title? Are you raising safe kids or strong kids? How's that make? Where do you feel like you fall in line with that?
Well, I'd say there can be a happy synthesis of both of those. Yeah. I think raising strong, safe kids is the goal.
Yeah.
I do believe, like you do, though, I think you can go too far in either direction, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Having kids that you shelter so much to where they're afraid to go outside, or having kids that are so independent they're almost raising themselves. Yeah. So I think there's a happy medium where you can achieve both safe and strong kids.
Yeah. So like there's a proverb talks a lot about parenting. It talks a lot about how to handle your kids, how to handle each other as spouses. But I think a key part of the family is having a mom and a dad.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and we're losing that sense in the culture today, like of how important that is, how important it is to work it out, work on your marriage, work it out to where your kids will be willing to do that, later as well, to work it out. But like Proverbs 1:8 says, "Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching." And so to me, that's what the title is. Are you raising safe kids? So your mom is going to teach
Oh yeah.
safety. Like, here's how you do it. And me, I want to produce a strong kid. So like, I want to give instruction. Like, here's how you do it. Here's how you deal with it. Here's what you go like. Now go do it.
Yeah, moms are typically the soft values. We'll say the soft values. They're the nurturing, they're the comforting. Dads are usually the hard values. You're the ones, pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Go try it.
Yeah, go try.
Go willing to fail.
Yeah. So
I mean, just like the other day with your kids at their grandfather's house, riding the bikes down the hill.
Oh yeah.
I'm eating it up. Like, go learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, learn how to do it. Learn how not to wreck. You may wreck one time, but get back up and do it again. So you learn how not. I mean, your little girl was just having a ball, and I was like, and I was so proud of you guys of letting her do it. Because you easily could have said no, put the toys away, just run around, go play on the playground. Instead, you're like, run down that hill, let's go.
Yeah, there's the context of this story is we were at my father-in-law's house, and their driveway has a pretty decent slope to it, pretty decent incline, and the kids were on a big wheel, and they were riding down the driveway, and they were going at pretty high velocity when they were doing this. So to the outside observer, it could look a little bit dangerous, but it was controlled.
We were all there.
We were all there.
There was a lot of parents around.
Yeah,
so like,
we're adults currently present there, but I'm a little different in the sense where I am a little more protective of the kids. My wife is a little bit more. She's a little more open to letting them kind of explore, and I'm a little bit more cautious, but only because I look and see the potential of something really bad happening. Yeah. And for me, I don't want to deal with the inconvenience that's usually associated with the accident that follows. Yeah. So that's my motivation for being a little bit more on the cautious side of things. But yeah, you're right though.
So here's what I've learned, and you're not here yet. What I'm getting ready to talk about, you're not here yet. You're in the middle of it, but you're not where I'm at. So Ethan, my 21-year-old, I was like in ministry, early, 30 years old. So he's 4 or 5 years old now, and I was like, I'm going to teach him ministry. And I want to teach him compassion. I want to teach him how to reach people. And I want to use him to reach people. And so I intentionally had Ethan go with me everywhere I went when I was doing outreach programs or creativity stuff. And I was using him because, people will like put their guard down when kids show up.
Oh, yeah.
So like I was using him to soften things I was doing. And really, at the time, I didn't know what was happening until now. I see it now in him. Because, like, stuff that we did, like, when he was 4 or 5 years old, he doesn't remember. I asked him about it. Do you remember doing this with me? No, Daddy. Because your mind, for kids like 7, 8 years old, the brain hits a reset. So if you don't have a trauma, you don't remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it's
just your brain resets.
It's gone, yeah.
And so he don't remember any of that. Like, for instance, real quick, for Valentine's Day at our church, we bought gift certificates for all these different restaurants. And I said, we're gonna go back on Valentine's night. I'm gonna take Ethan with me, and we're gonna give these out to couples and pay for their meal. And so I said, I'm gonna have Ethan pick the people. So I'll have him walk up, little kid walk up. You're gonna be all right. Valentine's Day, people's all over the restaurant outside waiting. And so I said, Ethan, when we get there, I said, Ethan, here's the gift card. You pick out who you want to give it to. Walk up to him and say, me and my daddy want to give you this if it's okay. And so he would always word it differently, but he would say in his own way, he would introduce himself, and then I would walk up and I'd give him the card, and they loved the people. Oh, sweet, okay. Mm-hmm. But then when I gave them the card, they didn't know what was in it. I didn't really tell them what was in it, but I'd walk away. They open it up, and here's a gift card for their meal. But Ethan, the first time I did it, and this is where the Lord got me with him, was we went to 4 different restaurants, and Ethan picked 4 different generations.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I couldn't have played it that way. Like, he picked a middle-aged couple like us. He found the next restaurant, he picked out an old lady and an old guy. Okay. And then he picked out one more generation. And then the last couple he picked out, I wish you could have been there for this last couple, because I'm telling you, people's sitting outside, just all these different seats. And he walked by everybody. I mean, he went to the last 2 on the end. And guess what they were? 2 high school kids.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, and it just showed me that what it showed me through Ethan, through what the Lord did through him that day, was like, the Lord loves everybody. He loves the teenagers like going out on a date, to the old senior citizen that still loves his wife, 60. I was like, oh, Lord, thank you for this. I was like, this is so good. Like, it was a teaching moment for us, even though we're blessing them. And then the next year, we did it again. And I couldn't do it. I had to work. And so Ethan took a guy in the church. And Carl got to feel the same thing I felt. He's like, man, this was phenomenal. Like, this was so great watching him work. And but stuff like that I did with him, he will do on a dime today. He will jump in anything. I say, son, let's go do this. All right, let's go. He'll stop whatever he's doing. But he don't even know it's naturally in him.
Yeah.
Because what he was taught.
Yeah, you invested.
At 4 years old, so I invested in him, and I didn't even know really what I was doing. I was just like, come on, we're doing this together, because I'm young and dumb. Let's go. Like, I'm going to take my kid. And so that's really opened his mind towards people and embracing. He really embraces doing things differently, and like last summer, he did an internship, and then he's like, I'm going to go with my buddy. His buddy asked him, he said, will you go on a mission trip with me to Oklahoma City for 2 weeks and help build a youth camp? Yeah, man, let's go. So they went off and did that I was like, that, so that was good.
Yeah, and he's grown up watching you and Christy and the ministries you've been involved in. I mean, he's been exposed to that from an early age. Yeah. So that's tremendous witness for him to see that.
And so now he's off doing it on his own, So it's cool to see. And the same thing's happening with Shelby. She's coming into that. And so where I'm at now is, it's a big life change. When Shelby leaves, it's back to 2 younger kids. And so now I'm back in your boat again. Now I'm back into, all right, now I got to take the kids with me. Right now I got to do this with me. But hey, it's exciting me, because now I get to do it again and create the next generation of kids that hopefully naturally love people without an expectation or a condition. And so
and consistency, you're showing them consistency through your life, which that can't be stressed enough. I mean, the kids have to see consistency in your walk to really embrace it for themselves. I think.
Yeah. Because it really is I'm like my parents. I'm raising my kids how they raised me to be independent. They pushed me to. They let my sister go to Africa at 17 years old for like a month, And I know that was the hardest decision I ever made, was letting her go out of the country.
Yeah.
Because there's no control, right?
No, there's no control.
But they naturally let us experience things outside of our little town, And so I think it's key is understanding as parents, they see us all the time. Do we want them to be us when they get older? What do we need to change then, right?
Yes.
Because the mistake is, son, don't do what I do.
Yeah.
That's a mistake, because they're going to do it.
Yeah, they're half you and half your spouse. So there's a natural inclination to do some of the things you're doing.
Yeah. And then what's interesting with multiple kids, having 4 kids, and you're witness this as your kids you probably witness it now, but even as they get older, you're going to see like how each kid's a little different.
Oh yeah,
from each
We're
other.
already seeing it now. Yeah,
and then how they're like you differently. Like, oh, that's your mama. Oh, that's me. Like.
You know what the interesting? It's funny you mentioned that. The interesting thing about that is what I see a lot of times are the characteristics that I don't particularly like about myself.
Yeah.
And they're highlighted, and I'm thinking, oh, I know where they got that from. That's not good.
Yeah, and that's where we have to have that conversation with them, or show them. That's my weakness too. Being honest with them, that's my struggle too.
Yeah.
And not saying don't be that way. Instead, here's where you get that from.
Yeah. Here's my failing.
Yeah.
And this is something that I struggle with, and something I need to pray about and ask God to help me fix.
Yeah. And we got to be willing to correct. We got to be willing to discipline, and not the friendship. The friendship and parenting comes later. Like right now, as my 2 older ones are getting older now, it's like dad friendship.
Yeah, the roles are changing slightly, and
it's a good way to where now, if things are done correctly, they call you for advice. That's a friendship. I know it's a parent, but when you're growing up, you're more likely to call your buddies, hey, mate, what do you think I should do? You don't call your parents at 14. Mom, should I do this?
No, no, Junior.
But as they get older,
yeah,
they've lived life a little bit. Oh, Dad he would give me an honest answer what I should do here.
Yeah.
And that happened to me the first time a month ago. He said, Dad, I need to talk to you. I got to. I was like, oh man. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Here we go. Like Proverbs 29:17, correct your son and he will give you rest. Yes, he will give you delight to your soul. So that you can take out daughter, you can put daughter there, son or daughter, whoever you correct, guide, man. At the end of the day, you're gonna have rest. Like, I'm okay with him in Idaho. I'm not worried about him one bit.
Yeah.
But if I'd have made him play safe the whole time, and then he's going to Idaho out of spite. Like, if he went to Idaho because of spite, I want to get away from Dad and Mama.
Yeah, get away from you. Yeah.
Then I'm worried because I don't trust him. I don't know what's happening out there. But he didn't go because of that. He went there because God called him, and he's a mama's boy. I think he'd want to be home. Like, he loves his mama. He wants to be around his mama. But he's.
In his defense, I think most men are mama's boys at heart.
So it's just, it's fun being a parent if you let it.
Yeah.
It's how we view being a father. How you view being a mother. Man, it can be fun. Like, you just got to realize, all right, how are we going to navigate?
I think one of the things we've tried to do with our kids is have honest conversations. I know they've got questions about various things, and we'll sit down at the table and we'll talk. And I've tried. I understand their age, so obviously some things can't be answered exactly the way you'd talk with an adult.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you are talking, I mean, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
Just to be willing to engage in the conversation to begin with, half the battle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nowadays you hear surprising questions of what they're seeing and what they're hearing. And sometimes they're asking stuff or even saying words that they have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
Like Timothy will hear words, and I'll ask him, I said, you even know what that means? No. Why are you saying it? Well, I heard it.
It sounds cool.
It's a big, long word, like. And so, like, I tried to help him understand, okay, here's what this means. It wasn't even bad, but it was like he had no idea what it meant. Like, as a pastor, the biggest thing I'm thankful for so far right now, especially with my older two, they don't feel like PKs. And I'm so thankful for that. I think part of the reason they don't feel like a PK, if people don't know what that means, preacher's kid, part of the reason they don't feel that way is because I was bivocational for so long in my ministry that they seen me walking out in a officer uniform. They see me walking out in going to build buses, so they see me. They've always seen pastoral ministry as a part of Dad. And so the church, because I was bivocational, the church never treated my kids like PKs. It's a weird thing to say. Like, somehow the job made the church treat me differently because they knew I was sacrificing a lot by working and pastoring. And so my kids never heard from anybody, oh, you're a PK.
Yeah.
Like the first time my daughter, Shelby heard it, was when she was a sophomore in high school in a small town, and a kid walked up to her and said, "Oh, you're the PK son, ain't you?"
And there was probably a hint of, I don't know, there might have been a hint of, not sure the word, maybe almost malice in maybe their voice, whereas there's a stigma with kids who've been raised in the ministry to where maybe they grew up spoiled or they grew up entitled. And because of that, their behavior does not reflect what their parents have been preaching from the pulpit. Yeah. And so I can see where they would look at something like that and like, oh, you're PK kid or whatever, and they'd kind of sneer at it.
Yeah.
So, but you had a unique situation where your life has had a balance that most pastors haven't had. Yeah. And I think because of that balance, the kids have grown up
with balance.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting with Timothy and Bailey. The next group of kids, how they're going to view, because
that isn't.
So, but I feel like they won't feel like a PK if I get them involved in the compassion realm of loving people, and I think that's what helps is. They don't feel like they're PK because they're just loving people and trying to be what God wants them to be and not a title, So I'm thankful that we're not dealing with that harm because there's some people like that have a hard life as a PK
and they grew up resenting it and their involvement in the church might not be existent.
Yeah. And there's still there's pros and cons to it. Like I was telling you the other day at lunch, my kids really don't have a home. Meaning they grew up in North Carolina, but it's not home anymore. And so so my kids, when they get older, don't have to say, I want to go here, I want to go back home to live. I want to go home and live with mom and dad because who knows where mom and dad's going to be because they're in ministry,
Yeah.
And so their home is where they lay their head kind of like Jesus, right? And
I heard an expression once that something, home is where the heart is.
yeah, and that's really how ministry is.
Yeah.
My heart is here. This is where I'm at.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
where we're
this is home. And like for Ethan, Idaho's beginning to be home. When Shelby goes somewhere, that's going to start to be home. And so me and Christy got to deal with that. Like, okay, we got to support this, you know. We don't want to hold them back, and we want to help them make the decisions that's best for them. And so it'll be interesting to see what the future looks like. So I'm excited for you because you're getting ready to go in this next stage with your oldest son, this next stage of life, and like, man, it's fun. I'm telling you, it's fun. Mm-hmm. And then when your girls come behind that, so you're getting ready to go to this different stage. It's like, oh man, this is. It's fun,
Yeah.
And, but you still got to do the discipline. You still got to be the father, and but I think it's the older they get, especially doing this where you're at, the father part really comes important.
Oh yeah,
because the mother's done everything to get them to this point now. Like, I need your little bit of instruction to handle life, because it's coming. Life is coming.
and life can be cruel.
Yeah.
if you're not prepared for it, for sure.
And so we need to be the father. We need to be the mothers that our kids need, and let the Lord help us in that, and He will do that.
And pray for your kids.
Yeah.
Pray for your kids.
Yep. So we appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this conversation about being parents.
This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.